Um, Hi. So it's been like a crazy hectic couple days, couple weeks. Essentially since we've kind of last talked and we've last been making stuff, I've been just like firing kilns and setting up work for different things. And I did a it's very cool tea session last night for this group of women that's associated with this magazine. And then tomorrow we have our clay tour. So if anybody's in New England and is around and wants to hang out and meet little Olive here and drink some tea and all that fun stuff, you should come by and hang out. Uh, it's 10 to 5 both days, super chill. But if you're lucky and there's not a lot of traffic and you do show up, you can come to the greenhouse here and I'll show off the greenhouse a little bit, but we're just going to have a cup of tea first. This is not going to be the longest video. I just wanted to have this is usually I do a lot of um I try to do a lot of the member videos. Yo, you changed your name. How are ya? How's your morning been? I'm trying to do these more as like member videos, but because I haven't been going live, I figured I would just do a public one, you know. But this is our greenhouse. I'm gonna actually move you guys so you get a different backdrop because mostly you're just looking at a white wall. I want you to look at Olive more and behind us. Um, Yo, Dragon, how are you guys? Um, but it's gonna be really nice. I wish Dragon, I wish you were around. Same with you. Uh-oh. Is there a squirrel in here? Or a dragonfly or something? I don't know. Something's in there. Okay, that oh my god, did everybody change their name? A dragon you didn't. Is the 429 different? No, I just never noticed that. Anyway, I wish you guys were around. We could all have tea tomorrow, or Sunday, but um, totally understand. But I just want to show off kind of the tea thing and just talk about. I just finished setting up my studio. I think it looks really nice. I tried the hardest I've ever tried to like make a nice setup. Up you go, Queen. So, oh, oh, how does that? What's the? I don't. Can you explain that? I don't understand the connection. Weird. I wonder why it's posting usernames instead of. Is that just like a new thing that YouTube's gonna start doing? Because that's gonna annoy me. Oh well. But I'll show off the greenhouse in a second because it's pretty sweet. I don't show it off that often. I have done I think some members only streams a while back of the greenhouse, but it's so nice in here right now. I should be having outside having a fire, but um gotcha. Okay, so clearly, and I haven't been streaming, so I'm not surprised it wouldn't. I've just been so I think I was saying in the very beginning I was doing this whole tea session yesterday last night for like 3 hours. I was making tea for people. Or drinking a white tea that, I bought from Brendan. It was really good. It was called Plum Moon. I've never had it before, um, but if anybody is buying wants some white tea and buying from Brendan, Whispering Pines, it was really good, surprisingly so. So I'm hoping and I made a bunch of cups. I don't know if we did it together, but I made a bunch of cups from clay that, was from the river down here, um, and, I gave the cups away to people who wanted tea, so if they drank some, they had it. They got to take it home with them, just like a kind of a fun little thing. Uh, but anyway, let me walk you guys around a little bit. Let's look at the greenhouse, and then I'll sit back down. We'll drink some more tea together. So if anybody has any questions about any plants, it might get choppy because I'm going to be moving around. I hope it doesn't, but if anybody has any questions, I will talk about all the plants in here. So, bleh, we'll start with this guy. Look at the flowers. So this is a loquat. It should always be split. How about that? So this is the greenhouse. This is a loquat. Here, let me turn the camera around. So this is a stone fruit. These will be little like they look like little oranges, but they have a big pit in them. And yeah, there's a little dog. Fake fireplace now. We had to get rid of the old one, which is a bummer. Um, this is a hardwood pine tree that I forget the name of. Um, that makes sense, Regin. I'm not saying your name right, but that makes sense to me. But I want flowers. Are you gonna bring me flowers when we go on a date? Anyway, hardwood pine tree. It's really cool. You can cut it. It'll just stay green for forever, pretty much. Um, right now, dahlias, obviously, Rajan. Uh, I think this is a bergamot, which is pretty cool. Christmas cactus, blah blah blah. Orange tree. This is a Valencia orange tree. Um, you see all the new oranges coming up. And then here are the little critters that I'm constantly spraying off. These little bastards. These things, bane of my existence. So I don't want to deal with it right now, so I'm just going to ignore it. Here, this is cool. So we've talked about tea a lot, right? This is a tea plant. This is Camellia sinensis. So every single tea is this. And the only difference is how it was cultivated, the altitude, what's in the minerals in the soil, how it was processed, things like that. But this right here is tea. This particular one, it has these beautiful little white flowers. The Camellia japonicas, which is those guys over there, we'll talk about soon. They'll flower pretty soon, but no, everything in here is gross. I spray it. I don't want to. Um, Osmanthus fragrance. I would need to wash everything in here. Honestly, I don't trust anything anymore. I spray a lot of gross stuff in here to try to kill those bugs. These, Dima, what's up? These guys smell so good. They smell so good. I wish I could describe it. It's very jasmine-y, but very potent. I love this plant. We have a Norfolk Island pine up here, which is really fun. Greek myrtle. Here's another tea plant. Oh, here's these flowers are open on this one, so that's kind of cool. Okay, this is not finished growing. It's going to get bigger. This is a ponderosa lemon. It's a type of lemon that is a lot of pith, not so much juice. Um, but I think they were cultivated in like Ohio, for of all places. Kind of a weird thing. I don't remember what this thing's called, but it has these beautiful purple flowers. Camellias, 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 camellias. Grapefruit. So here we go. Here's one of our grapefruits. Oh my God. Thanks, Hope. You're so good to me. And then we have a fig here and things like that. So here's the fun part. I'm gonna walk into my living room or my house for a second. So so literally, we have a living room, whatever, and then ba-ba. Isn't that cool? So anyway, we're gonna go back to our tea session with Olive. She wants some cookies and things like that. Thanks, Hope. There is yeah. It depends how much money you're gonna pay to be a roommate, Hope, and then sure, because I need more money. Yeah, at some point I will be renting out the first floor. Um, so here's the deal. At the moment, the first floor is actually empty currently. It has its own kitchen, bathroom. It's a two-bedroom in the first floor. There's like a workspace that could be a storage room or a study of some sort. Um, the living room right there, and then it also has this greenhouse. The second floor, there's another bedroom. But my father, so I live on a bunch of acreage. My folks live in the house next door. My father has put his architecture firm on the second floor, and then I live on the third floor of this building. Um, and then my studio is off on the street. I have another barn over there that has the studio attached, and then my kiln is in my garden, which is actually on the opposing side of the property, near the garden. So, I mean, huh, huh. Oh, we'll talk. I will be at some point having to do that. So, like, that's like a legitimate thing if anybody is interested at some point. Um, Probably, I think the rent around here for most things is stupid expensive. It's significantly more than 15. I don't know what it is. I don't pay it. But I mine is low. Um, but that's because I'm supplementing with just doing all the maintenance around here. So one of the things that I would need as a tenant on the first floor is also help maintenance on property because it's like a full-time job just maintaining the property on top of everything else and like scrubbing leaves and all that fun stuff. Anyway, that is something that's going to happen in the next couple of years. In the next like it won't be for a little bit, but in the next like 3 years, I'll probably need a roommate on the first floor. So yeah, yeah, it's pretty great. There's a pond on the property. We're in the middle of nowhere, so it's like as long as you like being isolated and in a quiet place in the woods, um, it's pretty great. And if you also like the Gilmore Girls, I don't really care about it whatsoever, but this is the town that they do their whole they I guess based the show off of. So my town is just now like right now, this time of year, just flooded with Gilmore Girls. Just sitting like going around taking photos of everything. It's the weirdest thing. Um I from what I've been told, this town doesn't even look like the show, even though it's based around this town. Um, but it's, just another drawing thing. Yep. Yeah, no, they have a yearly. Oh, she's great. Yeah, they have a yearly, Gilmore Girl convention here in this town. Um, yeah, I would say is Kent are like the nice part of New Milford is more closely aesthetically related to the town, but this is the town that it was based out of. I don't know if the person who wrote it was here when they did it, or whatever the deal was. But this town does have a lot of cool history though, and the surrounding ones like Roxbury and all that. Um, there were a lot of artists, a lot of people from in the 50s and 60s were escaping kind of New York and coming up to the country, and they found Roxbury, Washington, things like that. And they kind of made these like art residency programmy things, and everybody was just, Arthur Miller was around here, Alexander Calder, a lot of famous people who just end up and to come here and make art back in the 50s and 60s. And now it's just kind of like, honestly, this town is now more, and the surrounding towns are more kind of like wannabe rich artists who have money and they're trying to be artists. That's what the town is kind of now. The towns are now, but it's great. It's wonderful that we have 1,000 acres of state forest like right next to me, and so there's just like forest everywhere. It's fantastic. Yeah, I don't know why are you so sleepy. Are you the sleepiest dog? Anyway, if anybody does come to Clayway tomorrow or Sunday, they get to meet little dog here. She loves people. She doesn't like being touched that much though, so a minor amount of pet. She's not like a snuggly dog, right? I wouldn't consider you a snuggly dog. Yeah. So I agree. We'd all have we should have at some point it would be really fun, and I don't know how probable or possible this is, but have like a fun like just tea away situation thing. I think that'd be kind of fun. I don't know how to do such a thing or how probable or whatever, but I think it'd be kind of fun. Anyway, so again, I haven't been streaming, obviously. I just because now it's interesting. Been getting a lot of messages on Instagram being asking why I haven't been streaming as much. And just to for those who aren't potters, you have to work in cycles, right? So it's like we made stuff for like 2 months or a month, and then I gotta get everything prepped, fired, and then I need like a couple more weeks to actually sell the stuff so I can actually keep doing this. Otherwise, I just can't do it. And I'm not entirely sure what to do when it comes to like streaming the product. I don't think it's as interesting, right? And so like I'm not entirely sure how to do a live stream where it shows the actual work. We can go to my studio um, later. I don't have my Wi-Fi thing plugged in, so if we went up there now, it would just short circuit itself. But I could show you my setup. We can talk about stuff, all that. Yeah, well, she doesn't mind me. There we go. Oh, we should. Can we? Yeah, I would love that. If you guys would be game for that, we should have maybe. What are we? November, like mid-November. We just have a Discord tea session together. If you guys are into that, you gotta do gross things to get mod. Sorry, BB. Hi, hi. Cool. Yeah, let's set something up. Let's put a date in the books sometime soon. Are you guys more free on weekends or I assume weekends? And then Dragon, you're 6 hours ahead, 5 hours ahead. Um, and so we'd have to, I think, plan around that. I think would be nice. Because I think you and Malik, who I think is 6 hours in Germany, if we can get him to actually join the Discord. If I didn't, I wonder if I screwed up and didn't. I think he did. I think he's in there, but we're just talking today. We're just talking because I don't haven't been live. Um, you were. That's right. Uh-oh. Someone stole it. I'm gonna blame Olive here. What are you looking? Oh, you're just staring at your cookies. I see. Like, why the intensity in staring? Here, I'll move the cookies over here so she'll stare at you guys from now on. The audacity, the side eye I got from that. Oh my gosh. Did you like the fold over rim? Okay, cool. Okay, we'll figure something out then. I'll figure out how to get them to join. I think they did join. I think a princess also joined, um, but hasn't said anything. I would hope she really likes me. I really like you. She's great. She's my favorite. Favorite in the world. Would do anything. Now, on some speaking, I got really worried the other day. I was looking at her belly, and I found a little cyst, and she has to go to the vet soon anyway. But I've been just looking, making sure it's not getting any bigger. I've been looking every day, but it gave me a little bit of a heartache. I've never had a dog before. Olive is my first ever dog in my life. Um, and it's been wonderful so far. Why are you so sleepy? What's going on? Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah. Oh, you trim your galleries. And so I was trying to find the best way to teach new students how to make a gallery. And usually I like to push my gallery in. Um, and then I was trying to get someone to trim the gallery in, but it wasn't working that well. Um, I found that the easiest way that I've been able to get new people recently after learning that technique is that new rollover technique. It is a little wonky, but to get a consistently nice looking one from someone who doesn't really know much, that seems to be it's easier when no one has any other pre-existent knowledge of anything too. So it's like if that's the first thing I teach them, um, your brain kind of works in a way that it allows it to happen a little bit easier, I think. Maybe shut your mouth. You love pottery. You love this cup. You'd buy this cup in a second if I sold it to you. Hmm. Okay. Interesting. Maybe I'll see if I can reach out. You can't send messages to people on YouTube, can you? Or can you? Have you found one that you like the most, Amanda? So Dragon for years, that's what I was doing. For like 9 years, that's what I was doing. Um, and, you know, I don't think I'm gonna go back to it though. I like the rollover rim now technique. It does make it so you have to make the top very tall if you would like a high gallery, but, as long as you take that into account, it's pretty great. BB. Okay. 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 I was about to throw some hands with whoever this person was, BB. I call her BB too, so she keeps looking at me a little bit. I've actually never tried that method, Amanda. Okay. Yeah. Hmm. I thought that he did join at one point, but maybe n I'll next time he joins it because I know he was trying to, but it was because I forgot to re-up the link for anybody who becomes a member. Speaking of which, anybody in here who wants to be a member and have a Discord channel, um, just any membership gets you free access to a cool Discord with cool people in it. We're gonna have tea sessions and critiques and such. Mm, gotcha. Hi, hi. Yeah, I've literally never done the closed form technique. I've seen people do it. And to be honest, I don't even really understand how. Um, gotcha. I don't even really understand how it works. Never even attempted it, to be honest. I I feel like don't you have to have like slightly thick of a pot to be able to trim it? Like I don't know if I'd be able to like if my pots are that thin in the center still too, which they will be down to here. You can't do that, right? Mm, hi. Yeah. I mean, yeah, the closed forms. Oh, did I play you guys the whistle? I probably haven't yet. Maybe we will take a. Maybe she's just making herself a little nest under the in the sand. What's up, Spit? How are you, BB? Oh, sorry, I wasn't talking to you, BB. You enjoy your. Here, I'll give you a cookie for that. Okay, gotcha. Um, Maybe we will make a little pilgrimage up to the studio, and I can show you guys the whistle. She's great. Again, though, the problem is that I don't have my Wi-Fi attached. So if I go up there, it might get super choppy for a second until the I takes some time for the Wi-Fi to actually connect. Uh, and as you guys know, there's like no service in my town. So so I will do that if you guys are interested, or we can just start a video later, even tomorrow. Then I can kind of show you the whole setup before people go. I can't also decide if it's too windy or not. Do you want to come sit with me again? Here, hold on. Let me get the sand out of her seat. All right, Queen. Okay. You're not interested in me? Cold. Don't be like that. I thought we had something together. Yeah, I mean, I already get a pretty solid discount, so I can't complain. Baby, that is my apple. No stealing food. Excuse you, little lady. You guys just see this little tail just wagging about. Yeah, the lack of service in this town. You know what's crazy is that there is a cell tower. I think like 5 or 6 years ago, finally got a cell tower in the town. Like, baby, ma'am, you can have the apple, but you cannot do it that way. Come on, back up to bed. And then you can have a little apple core. Sure. There you go. Enjoy yourself. Um, she loves it good. These are my favorite apples. Mutsu. I don't know if anybody has ever had a Mutsu apple before, but they are the best apple. I don't care what anybody says. And they're almost already out of season. Oh, she's great. She's wonderful. You know what's great about her too is I can give her a core and she'll literally spit out the seeds. She won't eat. She like knows better not to eat the seeds. I didn't teach her any of that. Yeah, if you like, you'll see her do it if we're still streaming by the time she gets through this apple. But she's a slow eater. There's no priority or no like food isn't a uh guarded resource for her because I feed her by hand for everything. So like she knows that if I take food away, I'll give something back in return or give everything back in return or just give it right back to her, whatever the case is. But there's no guarding. Um, and it's like I know a lot of people can't like while their dog's eating or something, they can't like get in close, because their dog will freak out at them. But she knows that it's for her, so she's great. She's wonderful. But it's a nice thing. She's gotten a couple bowls of food in her life, but um she's never really had a free meal. I've never given her one, except for, like, snacks. She gets free snacks, but, um, no matter what she does for breakfast and dinner, she has to earn it in some context, so and then it's always fed by hand or chopsticks or a trick ball of some sort, so there's, like, some kind of activity-based. The only time she gets bowls are, um, if she's sick and she's having, like, rice and pumpkin or something like that. Anyway, she's so great. Would you guys after now that she's eating, I don't wanna go outside at the moment, but, now after she's done eating, would you guys like to go see the whistle? Or should we just enjoy the tea stream in here and just and have a nice greenhouse vibey thing, and, we can do that another time. What a spoiled dog. Yeah, alright. Let's just drink some tea for a little bit. Maybe we'll take you on a tour in a second. Um, to go back through my house if that's the case. Hi, is that a good apple? Oh, actually, you know what? We're just gonna enjoy here because I have a student coming in half an hour, and so I just wanna enjoy myself and not be in my studio in between there. So, anyway, so things that we're gonna do soon for anybody who joins the Discord, and you join the Discord by being a member, um, tea session together. I would like to do a critique sometime soon if anybody is interested in that, so we'll set something up. We can just have, like, a nice, like, hour critique, half an hour critique, 10-minute critique. Um I think those are the 2 main things that I would like to do. If is there anything else that you guys would like to do in the Discord that we can't or that we're not gonna do over on YouTube? Also, there's so many bears out here and she's so fast. I put a little bear bell on her. Good job. Good job, little bee. Good job. I'm so proud of you. But anyway, um, so the nice thing about, um, sweetie, sweetie, you literally just had an apple. You just had an apple. Um, so the nice thing about winter is this greenhouse. I don't spend any time during the year elsewise. I'm just kind of like I'm just in here in the winter season because it's cold outside. It's always like tropical in here. Citrus is their time of year to actually produce fruit and stuff. Why are you doing this? Who taught you this was okay? It wasn't me, that's for sure. Um, it's like the citrus comes out, oranges come out. My loquats will be ready in a couple months. I'm really hoping my kumquats set fruit soon. I think they should. I had a metric ton of flowers, so I'm pretty sure that we should have some good kumquats. But anyway, since my student's gonna show up in like 20 minutes, I'm gonna head off. But thanks for hanging out, guys. And I'll do another stream to show off the work because I feel like I never do that part. So right? It's great. Okay. Bye, guys. Thanks for hanging.